All right. We're going to move on to Bill 21-004, Retirement Board's composition. For the purpose of conforming the composition of the Board of Trustees for the Retirement Savings Plan and Fire and Police Employees Retirement Board of Trustees to allow a certain designee of the comptroller to act in the comptroller's place, conforming and correcting related provisions, and providing for a special effective date. This bill was introduced on February 22nd, 2021, and it was sponsored by the Council President on behalf of the Comptroller. I want to open the floor to the Council President's office if we have a representative ready to speak. Then defer to the Comptroller's office.
Good afternoon, Chairman Conway and members of the committee. It is nice to see you. It's a bit weird on this side of the office, but I'm just going to give a brief overview of the bill. 21-0044 is really simple amendment type of bill. We are just trying to adjust the compositions of the Board of Trustees for the Retirement Savings Plan and the Fire and Police Employees Retirement System so that the comptroller can send a designee to fulfill board duties on their behalf. Most of the other members, almost all the other members of the Board of Trustees for these two positions that serve in an ex officio capacity are allowed to send a designee. This just extends the offer to the comptroller so that if they overlap, which they often do, he is allowed to send the deputy comptroller instead. Very simple, and just trying to clean up some provisions. Thank you.
Thank you, Casey. So now the committee will hear from agency representatives. If you can please state your name before you start speaking so that we have your name for the record. First up, we've got the Law Department.
Hello, Mr. Chair. This is Hilary Ruley on behalf of the Law Department. There are no legal issues with the bill, so we would approve it for form and legal sufficiency.
Thank you, Hilary. Next, we've got the Retirement Savings Plan Board of Trustees.
Good afternoon, Councilman. My name is David Randall, Executive Director of the Retirement Savings Plan and elected officials and employees retirement system. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we have no position on that, and we'll be fine.
Thank you, Mr. Randall. And as I understand, you'll also be representing the Fire and Police Employees Retirement System.
No, they have their own Executive Director and Board of Trustees. We're separate.
Oh, excellent.
I did read their position, and their position is identical to ours as well. They have no position. They're fine with it.
Okay, and I guess we don't have another representative of the retirement system on the line.
Probably not. I'm not sure if they were invited, but on behalf of Fire and Police, yeah. I did receive their response, and it is similar to ours.
Thank you, Mr. Randall.
Thank you, Mr. Randall. You're welcome.
We'll move on to the Department of Finance.
Good afternoon. Mara James for the Department of Finance. We stand by our report. We do not oppose this legislation.
Thank you, Mara. Next, we'll move on to the Police Department.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. For the record, Michelle Wurzberger, Director of Government Affairs for the Baltimore Police Department. We stand by our bill report, which basically states that we have no objection to this bill.
Thank you, Michelle. Next, we have the Fire Department.
Fire Department stands by their bill, stands by their response to the bill where we have no objections, in which we added the addendum to the bill.
Thank you, Chief Clark. Next, we've got the Department of Human Resources.
Hello, Chairman, members of the committee. This is Kim Humphrey for DHR. We stand by our position. Since the change doesn't impact the benefits or the costs to the plan, we take no position. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we've got the Labor Commissioner.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. Deborah Moore. Good afternoon. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay.
You're breaking up.
Deborah Moore-Carter from the Office of the Labor Commissioner. Good to see you, sir. We're in favor of the administrative changes. Thank you.
Excellent. Next, we've got the Baltimore City Public School System. Do we have a representative from the school system? All right, we'll move right along to the City Administrator.
Hi, Mr. Chair, Nina Themlis with the Mayor's Office of Government Relations. The City Administrator's officers not able to join this afternoon, but they stand by their report in support of the legislation.
Thank you. And finally, we have the Office of the Comptroller, and I can probably guess what your report is.
We stand by our report and we're supportive. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll now open the floor to questions from the committee. I'll start with one very simple question. How does this affect any of the ability to do work on behalf of the Comptroller's Office? Does this really change anything?
Really doesn't change much. It just allows us to, if need be, it allows the comptroller to send the deputy comptroller or the chief of staff to board meetings in case there's an overlap and they need to take a vote. We want to be able to have that flexibility so that there can always be a quorum in case he has an overlapping responsibility. So it's very simple, and we just wanted to copy what the other ex officio members had the ability to do.
Great, thanks. Any other questions from folks on the committee? Seeing no questions, I'll move on to public testimony. I don't see any public testimony. And do we have any testimony on the lines? All right, so we have two people on the lines. We're going to start with the first person. You're going to hear two beeps when you are unmuted. If you'd like to testify, please let us know. State your name. If you would not like to testify, please just say so.
Nay.
Thank you. I'm guessing you don't want to testify. We'll move on to the next person. Okay.
No testify.
Oh, thank you very much. All right. I'll give just another couple of seconds if there's any other public testimony. Seeing no further testimony, are there any amendments? We haven't received any amendments that I know of. To that end,
Mr. Chair. Sorry, yes. Nina Themlis with the Mayor's Office. I did want to note that the fire department did have a proposed amendment to the legislation.
Oh, okay. Was that sent out or was it in the report?
It was mentioned in their report. It was supposed to have been sent out. I can share it around to the committee now. I apologize for that. And I'm not sure if Chief Clark is on the line to provide background on the content of the amendment as well.
I am here.
Sure. How about we do this? I want to give, I'm not sure if everyone has actually read the amendment. I want to give folks just 2 minutes. So we're going to recess for 2 minutes to 1:35. And Nina, if you could have that amendment sent out one more time, just so everyone can get eyes on it.
Will do.
All right. I want to invite Chief Clark to explain to us the proposed amendment and what we're trying to accomplish here. Just pull everybody back in.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Please do.
Okay, so basically what it is, the original bill was drafted where it stated that, was a specific person that had to, be the chief's designee. Whereas the, amendment basically had been drafted so that the chief would be able to designate a, deputy chief or a higher ranking person that would be able to, sit in his absence and be able to make decisions on his behalf.
Please give me a moment.
Mr. Chair, can I just clarify something for a moment?
Sure, please.
I just wanted to clarify, it was the original bill that designated who the fire chief could send, not not the current bill in front of us.
That's right. So the original city code already had it outlined who the fire chief could send. And
Yep.
Chief Clark, you're saying here that you would effectively like the same ability that the comptroller's office is looking for.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any questions from the committee? Chief Clark, I have the same question that I asked to Casey in the comptroller's office earlier. How does this have any impact on the decision-making authority, on the ability for fire to play party in decisions coming out of the retirement system decision-making process?
Did you say, does it have any effect? Sorry.
Yep. I mean, I guess typically it seems right now the chief of the fire department may designate a representative in his place, and the amendment that you sent forward, how's that different?
It's different from the original bill due to the fact the original bill stated that it was specified to be an assistant chief. If I can read it to you, I believe I still have it here.
Sure.
It basically, the original bill basically said it had to be the assistant chief whose responsibility is primarily administrative.
Got it. And the amendment you're putting forward would remove the administrative responsibilities. I'm sorry, please. Yeah, just
What it would be, it could be it could be, his designee could be a deputy chief or an assistant chief if he chooses to. But the person that would be designated would still have the, basically the, authority to act in the chief's, absence and make decisions.
Got it. So you don't want to limit it to a solely administrative role.
That is correct. That is
Okay.
correct.
So it's just broadening an ability that already exists. I just want to clarify that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Great.
That is correct.
Any other questions from the committee? All right. I want to the committee will now actually entertain a motion. If anybody wants to move that amendment as presented.
I move the amendment, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilman Burnett. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilwoman Ramos. Roll call. Conway, yay. Burnett. Burnett, yay. Cohen.
Yes.
Cohen, yes. Costello.
Aye.
Costello, aye. Glover.
Yes.
Glover, yes. Porter.
Aye.
Porter, aye. Ramos?
Yes, can I explain my vote? I just wanted to, this is an amendment that, makes sense, which is a good thing. I hope that in the future we can get these much more ahead of time so that we can look at them before the hearing. That would be really great. Thanks.
Yeah, I want to second that. I 100% agree there. It was alluded to in the package, but wasn't actually included in the package. If we could make sure that's included next time to save some of the back and forth. Thank you, Councilwoman Ramos. Councilman Costello.
Mr. Chair, my apologies. Councilwoman Ramos, I meant to email you, and while it could have been sent out earlier, I think I saw something for the committee that was sent out yesterday, but had your personal email on it and not your city email address. So I just wanted to flag that. And I can't even remember who sent it out because I had a million emails yesterday, but I saw something that was sent to the committee and it was only your personal, not your city. And I meant to send something. I apologize for not doing that. I don't even know if this is related to this. So Mr. Chair, I apologize if I'm off topic here, but I think it might have came from Richard or someone else. But anyway, I apologize.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Councilman. I'll go ahead and check that a couple of my other email addresses. Thank you.
Thank you. So just want to note the amendment is passed with 7 yay votes. Is there a motion to move the bill favorable as amended?
I move to amend the bill, Mr. Chair.
Councilman Burnett.
Second.
And a second by Councilwoman Ramos. Roll call. Conway. Yes. Burnett. Yes. Cohen.
Yes.
Yes. Costello.
Aye.
Yes. Glover.
Yes.
Yes. Porter.
Aye.
Yes. And Ramos.
Yes.
You have 7 yeses. That'll move forward to second reader at the next council meeting. Thank you all.